I'm Tim Langston and welcome to Red Dog Bushcraft. Today a special treat. We've got LTWright handcrafted knives. Going to share a little bit of knowledge with us about the type of art that he puts out every single day. LT, we were talking about your different knives. And we were talking a little bit about the different designs that you produce. Why so many different blade designs now?
Well, a lot of times depends if you're wanting to do an everyday carry thing. Bushcrafters have their own idea of what they want in the blade. Yeah. Hunters have their own idea. Tactical guys and so on and so forth. So a lot of times when people, especially like we're at a show right now and we have a few different things on the table, when someone comes up and they say, "Oh, this is a great knife," the first thing I'd like to ask them is, well, what do you want to do with it? What's the main task that you want to do with it? And then I try to lead them either into a knife style or a knife steel that's going to do really good for that particular application. Because those are the one things that kind of help people get to that really good, great purchase that they're hopefully looking for.
So you're basically looking for that one-tool option?
Yeah, a lot of people do come up and they want the one-tool option. And as much as I'd love to say there's this one knife that can do everything, because let's face it, you and I are in search of that too. I mean, that's our holy grail, right? That's Excalibur. We want that knife. One of the things I try to do is let them know what is that main task you want it to do. Let's design or build you a knife or have something in that area, and then it'll do the other things kind of good. But let's always choose your knife on that first, like, what is the main thing? Am I going to field dress game, or am I going to bushcraft as my main task? And once you get that, go for that knife, and then it'll do the other things pretty good. One of the things that I like to say to them a lot of times is it's like a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun. They're all three great tools, but if you take that shotgun and I take you elk hunting and we see an elk at 600 yards and you can shoot that thing 12 times at that elk, you're not going to have a good day. You're going to turn to me and say, this gun's no good. Well, it's not the gun, it's the application of the tool. So the same kind of thing with a knife. If I buy a beautiful knife and it's fantastic, A2 tool steel, 3-inch blade, and then I go out and try to take a log this big around and baton it, I'm going to be pretty unhappy, and then I'm going to call you and say, this knife's no good. Well, is it the knife or my application of the tool? So that's where a lot of times, and it's good if people purchase things, if they get the opportunity to speak with either the designer or the knife maker, a lot of times those knife makers can kind of point you in the direction that you want to go. Going back to where we talked about the EDC versus a bushcraft knife. Pretty much standard right now, 4 to 5-inch spear point is your bushcraft. A lot of guys love Scandies. A lot of guys hate Scandies. So that's why, again, we make Scandies, we make flats, we make sabers, we make full convex. So you just want to kind of tune the person in when you're choosing a knife. Again, I'm going back to find that main task you want it to do, and then it does the other stuff pretty good.
Well, you alluded a little bit to the different kinds of steel. And, you know, one of my favorites is 01, and I love 01, and I just like all of the properties. But you're using multiple different steels now for different knives. What's up with that?
Well, a lot of that goes back to, again, personal preference. My personal preference in a wood knife is A2, but I like 01 quite a bit too, and I like ABL. But just like if I'm building myself a knife, I'm going to build an A2 knife. I've come to find that at a 57 to 59 Rockwell, piece of 1/8-inch Scandi ground, fantastic tool. Now, if I'm going to go elk hunting, I'm going to build myself a D2 knife, get a little bit of a higher Rockwell out of it, do a full flat with a convex edge. I'm going to field dress games. I'm going to be extremely happy with that tool. But again, that same tool in a bushcraft environment may not like it so much. Doesn't make the tool bad, just I'm using it quite a little bit wrong. We started to use an AEBL stainless, which has properties very similar to a 12C27 Sandvik, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And we're getting it out from a company out in Cleveland, so this is kind of home base for us. Getting great results out of it, doing some full convex, and very pleased with it overall.
When it comes to heat treat, you really have a different heat treat for your different steels, or you pretty much heat treat the same?
As far as the end numbers, just general across the board, we stay between a 57 and 59. Other makers, they can go higher or lower depending on what they want to do. But again, we sell to the masses, so I don't know if this knife is going to South Africa and field dressing game, or to Alaska and being in the cold weather all the time and doing bushcraft. So unless someone says, hey, I want a specific this or that, we generally stay in that. Peters does our heat treat. Peters Heat Treat does our main heat treat, and generally what we ask for is 57 to 59, double tempered, triple tempered, and a cryo treatment in most cases.
And cryo.
And cryo in most cases. That's our standard setup. We like that.
Well, I must admit, whatever the heat treat is that you got going on, you're right there, because I can tell the difference between 01 that comes out of your shop and 01 that comes out of someone else's shop.
Okay.
And the heat treats just make a world of difference. So whatever you're doing, dude, keep it up.
Oh, you got it. Well, Brad up at Peters, I mean, he's the guy. I've been with Brad for many, many years, and he really knows what he's doing, and I trust him with all of our knowledge.
Now, you talked a little bit about the custom stuff. When someone calls you and wants a particular knife made, you do that too?
Right now, we don't. We have plenty of work, contract work, and some different things going on. We're really busy doing that. We have our Pal House, as you know, which is our private forum. We do customs once a year right now for our Pal House members. This happens to be July, so this is our customs month.
So this is the time.
This is the month right now that's going on. And we like to do that. It's just right now we're busy with our standard work, so it's really hard to work into customs. But we do still do it. We just kind of got to do it selectively for now.
Well, hopefully that business keeps up and you stay selective.
We're very blessed, and all the guys out there that have been supporting us, I thank you very much, and you've been a great supporter over the years, so thank you as well.
Like the stuff, man. Well, guys, I'm Tim Lance with Red Dog Bushcraft. I hope you enjoyed this little insight from the man himself, one of the premier knife makers, one of the best knives that you'll ever buy, Mr. LT himself. So thanks for joining me once again. I am Tim Lance with Red Dog Bushcraft, home of global safety and survival. Until next time, God bless.